Hello everybody, welcome to part 11 of my Kingdoms of Amalur playthrough. Now I did say I was going to be picking up on this after finishing the Dead Kells DLC storyline, and today we're going to be focused on the Master of the Keeps quest, which involves me building the castle that you see right behind me in the distance. To start this, we're going to talk to Pagwin. He acts kind of like a housecarl or butler or assistant. He helps with the construction, okay? So he's a big deal. So we're gonna start the quest line. It's a faction quest, and become Queen of the Gallows End. Don't forget to smash the like button if you enjoyed the Kingdom of Amalur series, and I'll do the rest of this with no commentary. So enjoy.
Look what the reef brought ashore this time. I am Padrig Dower. My friends call me Paddy, but I have few of those here in the village. I assume dear Alder's given you the welcome speech? Poor, foolish man. It's getting crowded down here, you know. Pity we can't move, some of us at least, up to the keep on the hill. Alder's god. I don't know if he's real or not, but I know I don't believe in him. What kind of god only protects you if you stay within these random borders and, every few years, sacrifice someone to him? Alder's god. I don't know if he's real or not, but I know I don't believe in him. Alder's a fine fellow. Just ask him. He'll tell you himself. You may have gathered, he and I don't see eye to eye on some things. Alder's a fine fellow. Just ask him. He'll tell you himself. None of us are here by choice, so I try not to judge too harshly. But, if I may be crass, they're a bunch of damn sheep, these people. Not all of them, of course. Keen Lan, they're good folks. Myfa too. The rest I wouldn't miss. It's safe, that's for certain. And try as I might, I can't deny that's probably thanks to this Akara. Real or not, that doesn't mean I have to worship him like the others. I don't fall to my knees out of pure boredom like some people. Raised by humans. Trained by the master, and nothing but a sour malcontent if most of Cape Solace is to be believed. You'd be wise to steer clear of me. Praise Akara now and then and start making your new life here. Thing of beauty, isn't it? Nothing like the great city of Odessa, of course, but just as breathtaking. Please excuse my enthusiasm. I was an architect back in the world. If you want a nicer place to live, and you aren't afraid of spirits, I can help you get that keep. Interested? It's not haunted. Cursed, maybe, but not haunted. Gates locked and it's crawling with those damn scavs. And something else inside that's loud as hell. Every so often, someone gets an idea to sneak in. Most don't get as far as the door, and those who do never come back. I've gotten as far as the top of the wall to have a peek inside. It wasn't easy, but I had a good enough look to know I'd better climb right back down and think of something else. Everything else, I know from the dream. Last night, I dreamt of the keep as it once was, several stories tall and so beautiful, it made me cry. When I awoke, I was clutching this key in my hand. I don't put much stock in Akara, but I do know a sign when I see one. There was more, but I can't recall it clearly. Perhaps it'll come back to me when we get inside. Will you come? Yes, I'm going with you. I'm not much good in a fight, but I can remember enough of what I saw in the dream to know where to go. So, you want to help me or not? Fantastic! Let me know when you're ready to go, and we'll be off. Come on, then. I'll lead the way, but stay close. Alder's God doesn't protect us outside Cape Solace. Bye. See? What did I tell you? Magnificent. Bit worse for wear after a couple centuries, but nothing I couldn't fix. Let's see if this key still works. Bye. Don't let them swim. This keep is not haunted. It is overrun. Monsters, not phantoms, inhabit its dark hallways. We should move along. We've seen scavs, but nothing more fearsome. These must be the spirits that haunt this place. I'll leave it behind for the keep the first chance I get. The dream is still mostly mist and darkness, but bits and pieces return to me when I concentrate. Though I don't remember all the details, I believe the memory is guiding my discoveries and inspirations. The Diverger built Gravehal Keep and all the fastings around the island. A whole tunnel network built for defense. No one knows why they left the island, but it's clear they left in a hurry. Soon-to-be master builder of Gravehal Keep, if you please. Should you see fit, of course. Or just call me Paddy. Bye. You've beaten back the beasts. You've braved the shadows. You've earned the right to claim the seat. Sit upon the throne. You are the rightful ruler of Gravehal now. It is finally time for you to claim the throne and make Gravehal Keep your own. Bye. This is remarkable! You've done it! For years, the villagers of Cape Solace have been too craven to enter this great hall. And here you are, freshly washed ashore, and you march right in and take it! Haunted? Never. Just a few small beasts, nothing you couldn't handle. Watch out! Guess the keep had one more surprise left for us. But now, the keep is yours. You're the first master of the keep in nearly 500 years, if you're willing to believe all the legends. Let me be the first to offer you my services, my liege. My liege, I am glad you asked. I've been ruminating over this beautiful structure, devising plans for its improvement. I'll start by restoring the keep inside and out, but I also feel the need for a beast pen in the courtyard. I could easily add that at the same time. I just need you to get me 2 bundles of beechstone, 3 bundles of emberwood, and 3 bundles of sailcloth. The centuries have been surprisingly kind to this place. The forest should have reclaimed it ages ago. Worst part is all the scav droppings, but that's just dirty work. I believe much of the rubble is what remains of the side buildings and upper floors I saw in my dream, but I'm not certain yet. Yes, it will allow us to take full advantage of the island's diverse variety of beasts. Of course, we'll soon need to find a suitable beast master to run it. I think I might know just the man, but we'll get to that later. You should be able to find enough to salvage at Scuttle Beach. I've marked a few locations for you to search on your map. I'll get to work as soon as you're back. When you have all the bundles of materials I asked for, I can begin construction. The Diverga employed scores of indigenous beasts of this island, training them and harnessing them into service. Emberwood, sailcloth, bear hide, sea steel, and beechstone. They can all be found in sufficient quantities around the island, but not always in the safest locales. Can't say I miss it, but I think it's our duty to offer them any help they need. Bye. How goes the foraging? Let's see. Yes, this is all of it. I'll begin straight away. Restorations are still not finished. These things take time. Bye. Certain you'll be impressed. Incidentally, I've taken the liberty of inviting Saiyan Keen from Cape Solace to serve the keep as your beast master. You can find him at the Beast Pen. I have only just begun, my liege. Several texts I found in the keep refer to an unusually large armory beside the main structure. For this, I'll need 2 bundles of emberwood, 2 bundles of sailcloth, and 4 bundles of sea steel. A journal belonging to, I think, the keep's original master-at-arms has convinced me that the collapsed building to the left of the keep was an armory. There are some cryptic references to a method he devised to determine how effective a student is in combat, but it's beyond me. In my dream, I saw a building flanking the main structure. I now know it's the armory. It was a place for weapons, as you'd expect, but it was also to be a grand academy for the art of combat. The Diverga built armories and trained their masters-at-arms to divine how much damage you inflict when attacking with weapons or even spells. Sea steel is usually found around the coast. I'll mark on your map where you're likely to find the crates. Once you get back, I'll get started on construction right away. When you have all the materials I asked for, I can begin construction. You should be able to find sea steel on the coast of the island, and emberwood and sailcloth near shipwrecks or inside fastings. It's going to be the spitting image of the original structure. When the time comes, we'll have to choose your master-at-arms wisely to be worthy of such an armory. Myfa tells me there's a new arrival in Cape Solace who might be interested. It's an exquisite beast pen, isn't it? Saiyan and his beasts will be very comfortable there. No keep in Icebrine Coast can claim a beast pen as fine as this one. Bye. A much bigger undertaking than the last, but a greater thrill as well. Let's see. Yes? Yes, this is all of it. I'll begin constructing the armory right away. The armory is still not finished. Ask me again later. Bye. Hi. Just a few finishing touches remain. I'm very excited for you to see it. Which reminds me, Myfa tells me that a new arrival named Ollie Madsen was a master-at-arms before he landed here. Invite him to come here, and he'll be an excellent addition to the keep. Just a few finishing touches remain. Go find a new arrival named Ollie Madsen in Cape Solace. Myfa tells me he'd be interested in seeing this. Bye.
There's talk that you're the one that took that keep on the hill single-handed. Impressive. It's not even finished, and I've never seen its equal. You'll need a master-at-arms to run it, and you won't find one better than me. Peaceful rustic life and divine protection don't make for much of a soldier's life. Barely arrived, and I'm already bored out of my mind. I come from a big family. My brothers and I used to fight each other all the time. Sure, it may sound like tough love, but it prepared us for this harsh world. I haven't been here long enough to know the gentleman in question, but that Myfa woman vouches for him, and that's good enough for me. That Docklefar woman Myfa told me what you and the gnome are doing up there. I've spent my life training fighters, and I'd be honoured to be Gravehal's master-at-arms. I'll pull up stakes here and march up to join you at the keep. Ain't that dug in anyhow. See ya.
Every great hall needs an armory, and I believe we've done an admirable job of restoring this one, if I do say so myself. So, you asked Ollie Madsen to serve as the keep's master-at-arms? You won't be disappointed, my liege. He'll make his home in the armory a fine residence. I would know. Your keep is one step closer to its former glory. With the armory and a qualified master-at-arms, no invader will ever threaten our peace. This place! It never ceases to surprise me! With it all cleaned up, I was able to spot the entrance to a collapsed tunnel leading from the keep. Once I'd laid eyes on it, I knew I'd seen it in my dream. I'll need some materials, though. 3 bundles of beachstone, 2 bundles of bear hide, and 3 bundles of sea steel. I wasn't sure if it would be worthwhile to dig out the tunnel leading from the keep across the island. But now that I've had a chance to investigate the site, I think these passages should be our highest priority. In the dream, this tunnel was a direct passage to shipwrecked sites all over the island, places it'd take days to travel on foot, if you survived the trip at all. The Diverger collapsed the tunnel when they sealed the keep and abandoned the island. If these tunnels are as I've seen them in my dream, they'll provide a fast and stealthy route to the furthest reaches of this island. With these as our pathways, every wreck will be salvaged and every castaway will be rescued. Bear hide shouldn't be too hard to come by. The Diverger love to keep crates of it in their fastings. I marked some locations on your map where you're likely to find the other crates as well. Good luck! The most difficult task will be clearing the rubble, but we'll still need materials to restore the tunnel supports. Bye. This tunnel's going to be a big job. All of this should do quite nicely, yes. Now I'll need the time to work. Give me a bit, and then return. I'm close, but the tunnels remain closed at this time. It's coming along nicely. I've been able to reinforce it and preserve the handsome decorative touches. I suggest we explore how best to use them when I'm finished. Goodbye. Exciting times, eh, my liege? Clearing the debris will make a world of difference. You'll see. Which reminds me, Zephwin Lan, Cape Solace's best scout and ship spotter, will want to make use of these new pathways. You'll have to find him at his campsite in the woods north of Cape Solace. Clearing the debris will make a world of difference. You'll see. In fact, you should tell Zephwin Lan about them. He's the finest scout in Cape Solace. His camp lies just to the north of the village. I've never known a more adventurous man than Zephwin. You won't see him in Cape Solace much. He spends all his time checking the beaches for new wrecks and fresh salvage. Bye.
The closer Paddy gets to finishing, the more eager I am to try them out. If I may be so bold, you could use someone to be your eyes on the outside, to go where masters of the keep do not. I would gladly serve you in that role. I always knew Paddy would change this place for the better. You want me, eh? Can't say I like being in someone's service. Doesn't suit me. Still, I'll serve your keep if it means access to those tunnels. I'll break camp and meet you up at Gravehal as soon as I'm able. Until then, be wary.
Zephwin Lan, eh? You could do worse, my liege. He is gruff and solitary, but he is a scout born and bred. Zephwin seems quite happy with his tunnels, and we're certainly collecting more salvage and saving more castaways than ever. I've never known a more adventurous man than Zephwin. He is, without a doubt, the finest scout and ship spotter in Cape Solace, or anywhere, really. We're fortunate to have such a man. I think you'll like what I have planned next. A vast library! Just imagine! A monument to the wisdom of the ages, standing there beside the main structure, beckoning the unenlightened. But first, I'll need you to get me 3 bundles of bear hide, 3 bundles of ember wood, and 4 bundles of sailcloth. Yes, one of them mentions a library. At first, I was confused. I found many books, but not enough to warrant a whole building. But my dream again provided the answer. This part of the dream didn't make sense until now. I saw stacks of books, heard strange voices in tongues unknown to me. I believe this library was to be a center for translating arcane and lost languages. It's going to be a tribute to knowledge, one that will drive a Dessa to envy. Zephwin has provided me with possible locations of the materials. I'll be ready to start as soon as you get back. When you have all the materials on my list, I can begin construction. We're making great progress and finding more books than I expected to fill the shelves. However, most of them need to be translated. If nothing else, this building will nicely balance out the armory on the other side. Goodbye. I feel more intelligent just building this library. What do you have here? I'll start work right now. The library is still not finished. Ask me again later. Bye. Yes, my liege? Just a few finishing touches remain. I'm very excited for you to see it. Very, very excited. Which reminds me, word has it that Cape Solace has recently welcomed a castaway who might be interested in this renovation. Deirdre Gwyn's her name. She's learned in ancient languages. If gossip is to be believed, the girl is unhappy with her current prospects. Talk to her. Just a few small details remain. Go find Deirdre Gwent in Cape Solace. I have a feeling she'll find this interesting. To find someone with such a love of books and a gift for translation was good fortune beyond belief. Goodbye.
Oh, hi. I'm so glad you came calling. Is it true that you'll be needing a librarian? Everyone's been so nice. Still, they keep insisting that I forget about my old life and pitch in. Even from a young age, I loved languages. I grew up in a town with Alpha, humans, and even a gnome. Made it easy to pick up their native tongues. A library? Here? Frankly, I don't see the point. As much as I love books and miss them, I can't imagine them being very useful. Strange little fellow. Myfa was good enough to tell him about me. For that, I am grateful. When Myfa told me there might be a job for me at the keep, I didn't dare hope for this. You have, I dare say, saved my life, and I shall be forever grateful. I'll pack my things and join you at the keep shortly. Take care.
It's done, my liege. Your books now have a fine home. You do have books, don't you? But no matter. Rumor says that you convinced Miss Gwent to serve as the keep librarian and linguist. Well done. Speak to her in the library if you need anything. It is a perfect place to display and preserve the ancient books I found in the keep and any we find as we explore the island. Gravehal could become a center for learning and for the translation of strange and ancient tongues. We've built out, yes, but now it's time to build up. In my dream, the keep was much taller than it is now, and the debris does suggest that there was once a second floor above the throne room with an art gallery. I'll just need you to get me the following materials: 4 bundles of beechstone, 3 bundles of emberwood, 2 bundles of sailcloth, and 3 bundles of sea steel. The books mention the construction of a second floor, but nothing about how it was used. Perhaps it was just there to make the keep taller and more impressive, so I'm all for that. My dream sheds no light on how the second floor was used. I recall flashes of gold and other bright colors, but I don't know what to make of that. I suppose I'll just build it and see what inspiration occurs. I'm not sure that the Diverga are much into art, but it was in my dream that the second floor was an art gallery. Great. Zephwin told me some locations you should be able to find the materials I need. I'll get to work as soon as you're back. I will begin construction once we've found the proper materials, one thing at a time. What I have planned for the second floor will make a perfect art gallery. Or perhaps it's because I found a small stash of paintings and there's nowhere else for them to go. Bye. It's coming along nicely, don't you think? And what do we have here? I see. That should be everything. Return shortly. Such work takes only as long as it takes. Soon. Bye. Busy, busy, busy. My suspicions were confirmed. This second floor was once a grand gallery. I can only imagine the treasures it held. We will need someone to appraise this space. An artist. I believe one arrived not too long ago. A painter named Benwick Atham. A man like that will be curious, imaginative, and passionate. He will come. Trust me. My suspicions were confirmed. This second floor was once a grand gallery. I can only imagine the treasures it held. If you want an expert to assess the space, I'd speak with Benwick Atham down in Cape Solace. That fellow is not suited to island life, but you can't deny his gift for painting. Bye.
Why, hello. This is not where I ought to be. Sea cruise indeed. I couldn't help but be curious, so I had a look at what you're building. If you don't mind my saying, it looks very much like the De Verga Portrait Gallery in Emberdeep. I told the gnome about it and he seemed surprised. And pleased. Strange little fellow. I would be most honoured. I shall call upon you and pledge myself to your service as fast as my feet can carry me. I cannot get off this beach quickly enough. Bye.
You cannot hide your amazement. Truly, your facade is a weak one, my liege. But still, I appreciate the effort. I was thrilled to hear that Mr. Atham will be joining us as the keep's artist. You will find him in the gallery, searching for inspiration. I find it curious that our keep's every need seems to be filled at just the right moment. An artist and a linguist arrive on our beach just as we build a library and a gallery? Preposterous, right? I fear I'm starting to agree with one thing Alda says. Akara brings to the island those who need to be here. Though I had no idea I was building an art gallery, I dare say I may have created the world's finest purely by accident. There's one last thing to build. Your keep is tall, but, yes, not tall enough. My dream has shown me a tower so tall and so majestic that ships will see it from miles around. You could not be overlooked. For this, I will need 3 bundles of beach stone, 4 bundles of bear hide, 3 bundles of ember wood, and 3 bundles of sea steel. Nothing in the runes suggests what function the tower served, but I don't think it matters. This last crowning jewel to your keep should be something new, something entirely out of our own inspiration. Something has guided us so far. Fate, Akara, I don't know. I say we trust in whatever it is to lead us to the end of the journey. My dream offers no insight about the tower, but fills me with awe at its majesty. It occurs to me that this tower may have some special purpose for us, but I need to make some inquiries. Okay, once again, I've had Zephwin provide me with locations on your map where you might find the materials. I can't wait to get started on this project. Come back when you found everything. Every scrap helps. Now that we can leave the island as we please, I propose we use the tower to lure Cape Solace's most prodigious and brilliant soul. The tower shall be our embassy, and Myfa Ronwyn should be our envoy, carrying your words to the world and bringing prosperity to Gallows End. Bye. This tower is a challenge, but I've never had so much fun. I'm impressed. Not everyone can find such value in simple salvage, but you've managed to get everything we need. I never doubted you. Up we go, but there's still some work to be done. Visit me in a bit. Goodbye. Busy, busy, busy. This last edition will please you more than the others. It will secure your role as a player in political affairs. Now that it's nearly done, the time is right to ask Myfa Ronwyn to serve as your envoy. There is no one better qualified, and no one who could better represent your interests. This last edition will please you more than the others. It will secure your role as a player in political affairs. The time is right to approach Myfa Ronwyn in Cape Solace about serving as your envoy. I am sure she will come. You wouldn't know it to look at her now, but Myfa's as impressive a figure as you're likely to meet. We could wish for no finer envoy to represent us abroad. Bye.
Now that we have a ship to go with your keep, you may need someone to speak for you abroad. I've done my best to adjust to Cape Solace, but it's a feeble pantomime of my life before. Once I spoke for mighty Rathir, its youngest envoy ever by decades. Now I dole out chores for a little man living on a beach. Now that Patty suggested, the tower would make a most impressive embassy. If you had not yet found a suitable envoy, I'd be grateful for the chance to prove myself. When great powers speak to each other, it has often been with my own voice. I have a way of getting people to ask for what they really want and accept what I am offering. My gifts failed me, however, when the first sparks of the Crystal War ignited. Perhaps nothing could have stopped it, but I still feel culpable. Perhaps, in my service to Gravehal, I can atone for my failings and bring the peace that eluded me. No one here has been kinder to me than Paddy. I admire his stubborn refusal to accept any setback. Honestly, I count him as my best friend. Paddy said he was hard at work and would send for me when the time was right. I have spent my life extending the hand of friendship across the kingdom. I'd be honored to be Gravehal's envoy to the world. I'll wrap up my affairs and join you there shortly. The pleasure was mine.
What do you think, my liege? Nothing has ever reached so high to the heavens. And have you heard? Myfa Ronwyn from Cape Solace has decided to serve as the keep's envoy to foreign lands. If you require her services, she can be found in the embassy. Never thought I'd say it, but I truly believe we have a Kara to thank for this keep. I'm not about to volunteer to be the Saiyan, but I'd have to be a fool to deny the truth. You, the dream, the key, the castaways, all of it, just when we needed it. I hope you don't mind. As a gesture of my gratitude, I planted the seed of a mighty tree in the courtyard in honor of Akara's help. It was the least I could do, I think. Living down on the beach, I never really believed I'd someday live behind these walls. And it was beyond the most absurd imaginings to think that I'd be able to restore this magnificent keep. I cannot begin to thank you enough. My liege, now that your throne room is prepared, you have an opportunity to truly help your people. We will let it be known that whenever you sit upon your throne, you will hear petitions from anyone who comes before you. You may render judgment or offer help as you see fit, and your people will show their gratitude. Bye.
Okay, that's construction of the keep. So you can see everything came along together. The inside's done, the outside's done. It's beautifully well done. So this will be the end of part, what is it, 11 now? Yeah, part 11. I will do part 12 of me taking on these faction quests of me serving the keep and helping rule my kingdom. And part 12. So be on the lookout for that. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Again, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new as I upload daily, and I'll see you next time. Take care.